Do you think we're hyped about July 19th? Oh, welcome into Coach's Corner, presented as always by Arkham. And today I've got not one part of the main event, both parts of the main event. Johnny Eblen, one of the greatest in the world ever to do it, and the man that has a chance to beat him on July 19th, Costello Van Steenis, both joining me here, both traveling all the way to Cape Town, South Africa. Now, Johnny Eblen, you're the undefeated, you're the champ. When you hear me say that man below you has a chance to beat you on July 19th, what's your initial reaction to that?
He doesn't have a chance. I think I'm going to outclass him, outsmart him, and I'm gonna beat the crap out of him, man. It's a fist fight, and I like my odds.
Costello, when you hear your opponent say that, as great as he is,
I
what's
love
your
it. I
reaction to
love
you?
it. Keep that energy. Keep that energy. I love hearing it.
Me too,
At the
man.
end I'm saying exactly the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm glad that you're going to do that as well, so we can make a beautiful show out of it. And all respect, this is the this is a great chance for beating again an undefeated fighter. So yeah, and exactly one of the best fighters of the world. All respect for that, my man. But
Appreciate that, bro.
every legend also has a weakness, and I hope, or I'm sure, but I hope the people are going to see it on the 19th of July.
All right, so let me follow that up. If you think he has a weakness, what would that be?
His weakness is, well, lately he's been gassing out a little bit. So we see in the fights he gets hit a lot. He's got a lot of scar tissue, and yeah, like I said, he gets hit a lot. And my punches lately are getting stronger and stronger.
Johnny, you're undefeated. You've never been beaten, and you have had spectacular knockouts. You've had to dig deep to win some fights. You've done it all. So when you hear somebody say that you've gassed out, is that something that's been an issue for you, or is that just something that he's noticing and it's not true?
He just hasn't been in a 5 round fight. You know, guys get tired sometimes. You got to be able to push through it. It's hard to fight 25 minutes at a very high pace, and
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I'm gassed, but yeah, there's moments in a fight where I'm tired. We're both tired, and it's about who comes out on top and who can make it past it. And I'm used to doing it, man. I've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing it for 3 years. Um, I fought Impa at three, and I was like, that was too short for me. Um, but with all that being said, I'm figuring out how to put guys away quicker to where I don't have to go 5 rounds. Because anytime a guy's in there with you, he always has a chance. So me and my corner have really sat down and studied what I need to get better at, and we're finding out ways to get guys out of there quicker.
Now, let me ask you this, Johnny, because you've been on record as saying you don't believe there's anybody in the division at your weight class that is even in your class of fighter. Why do you believe that?
I'm just on a different level, man. I mean, Costello's a very very good fighter. Don't get me wrong. Fabian's a great fighter. Everybody in the divisions pretty tough. Everybody that was in that tournament pretty damn tough. But there's just a whole nother level above that, and I think I'm in that level. And I think I clear out this division, and I just feel like I'm better than everybody else, especially in the PFL.
Costello, you said this is a big time opportunity for you. And now, here in the PFL, we've announced a pathway now for all fighters. You're successful, then there's this. For you and this opportunity is against such a great fighter, what would that do for your career?
For my career, it's everything I've been working for the last since I started my professional career. All I wanted to do is be a champion and become a champion and defeat a champion. Like I said before, how better is it to have the chance to beat an undefeated fighter legend like Johnny Eblen? So yeah, I'm not. I've done my homework for these couple of months. I've done everything I have to do to have that confidence to defeat Johnny. And like he said, he's going in for the kill. Hearing him talk, so I'm yeah. What am I gonna say? I love going in for the kill. So it's gonna be a beautiful fight.
I love the energy you guys have because the one thing that I, in particular, want to see come back, and I think the PFL we can do it, is true prize fighting, where you bring two guys that don't necessarily like each other, respect each other, but you guys understand how to sell a fight and getting butts and seats. And this is exactly how you get it done. Now, you're going a long way, Johnny, to fight, but it's a launch of PFL in Cape Town, South Africa. What does it mean to you that the PFL has put the trust in you, Costello, Dakota, to launch a whole new country. And what a cool place to fight in South Africa.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, man. I'm really excited to go check it out. See the fan base down there. I'm traveling the world and I'm fighting. This is something I dreamt of as a kid, and it's playing out. And PFL was responsible for it, and I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that I'm able to headline such a new venture, and I'm excited to put on a great show.
Costello, for you, you have it right in front of you. The legend Johnny Eblen. Then
Mhm.
the winner of this fight then will face, probably by the end of the year, the whoever wins the PFL World Tournament in the middleweight weight class, which has been an absolute banger so far through the first two fights. Do you like the fact that you and Johnny too, you know what the next two fights are going to look like, and it has a chance for you in your mind to be ready for that?
Definitely. I love the idea of this, but I'm not. To be honest, I'm not really thinking about that at the moment. All I see now is Johnny Eblen for on the 19th of July. I'm not looking past that. For me, everything that's counting is on that specific day. So after that, we will see what happens. But now everything is concentrated and worked for this day and for this fight.
One of the fights since you come over, since we had the sale, Johnny, was obviously against Impa. You already mentioned that. And I worked that broadcast, and you had to dig deep. He's a fantastic fighter, and you figured out a way. How can, when you're a champion, how can fights like that help get you to a whole nother level when you're really, really tested, but then you figure out a way how to get the job done?
Man, I don't even know if it's like necessarily something you can learn. It's just something that you're born with. And when I'm put in a position, bro, you're gonna have to kill me. You're gonna have to literally kill me. I'm not gonna stop, and I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what happens. I've been through it all. I've been cut bad. I've been knocked down, and I found a way to win. That's what champions are made of, man. So that's what makes me different than everybody else. A lot of guys back off. They don't want it. They don't want the heat. They don't want the smoke. I want all the smoke. I don't give a fuck, bro. This is what I'm built for.
I love your energy, man. And this is what it's all about. And since I know you haven't been as active as you would like to be, but what do you get out? And then I'll come to you with the same question, Costello. When you get an event like this in the middle of the summer, when a lot of other sports are off, I mean, it's only basically baseball, MMA, and soccer. This is a real opportunity for your individual brand. What kind of a performance would you like to have in front of the world?
In front of the world, or knocking Johnny Eblen out, of course. The same that he wants to do to me, I'm going to do to him. The
Hey, I'm
sooner,
gonna
Johnny,
finish you, bro. I'll knock you out. I'll submit you. I'll TKO you. You'll want to find a way out, bro. Once we're in there, but I
yeah,
like the energy. I think it's gonna be a fun fight.
it's going to be
I think it's
beautiful.
going to be a lot of
It's going
fun
to be
too.
beautiful.
Johnny, for you, you've had some really big fights before, and I talked to Dakota a short while ago, and when a company, whatever the organization, puts their trust in you to be in the main event, what does that tell you as a fighter, Johnny?
It means a lot to me. It means I'm the face of the company. It means they have a lot of trust in me. They know I'm gonna be able to sell the fight. They know that I'm gonna put on a good fight. It means a lot, and I'm glad that they're putting the trust in me to kick off this PFL Africa.
So let's talk about the fight, and then I'll let you guys get out of here. Costello, I'll start with you. As you imagine this, you work with your team, you're working in the gym. What would be a perfectly done fight for you?
Perfectly done fight. Not getting injured and knocking him out in the first round.
Do you really think that's possible to knock out
Of
that
course, it's
legend in the
everything
first
is.
round?
Yeah, of course it's possible. It is possible.
Johnny, what in your mind, in your team's mind, would be a perfect night for you?
I really don't think about perfect nights because those are hard to come by. But I mean, like Costello, like you knock him out in the first round and go out on it, like you go out and you're not injured. That's perfect.
Yeah,
Walk out first 10 seconds, you knock him out. That's
let's go for
perfect
it. Let's
ending.
go for it.
But that's not very smart if you're gonna try to do it. But I mean, if we want to go for perfect endings, sure, that's like a perfect ending. But for me personally, I like physically beating the shit out of somebody for 25 minutes and making them feel like they have no will or power to get away, and that they're locked in that cage with you, and there's no out until I kill you. So that's for me. I like dragging shit out. But a knockout and a finish is what I'm learning to do as well.
Do you think, Costello, that the 5 round part of this is going to be a big deal for you?
No, I've been training. I've always last few years I've always been training for 5 rounds. Uh, I don't believe. To be honest, like Johnny said, I've never fought 5 rounds before, so it's gonna be interesting. But I don't believe it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be actually quite nice if it goes past the first 3 rounds.
Johnny, you said that you wish all your fights were longer because of how you go about your game plan. You just heard him say he's never fought 5 rounds. How big of a deal when you go from 3 to 5 the first time is it?
It's just different. The pacing's different. That's the biggest difference is like how you pace yourself during the fight. You know, you can't blow your load too early. You can't expend too much energy. You can, you know, if you really see a pathway to victory, you know, to get an early finish. I mean, sometimes it's the juice is worth the squeeze, but it's about making smart decisions throughout the fight. I just like having 5 rounders because it's just more time in the cage. It's more rounds to score. More punches are being thrown. You know, more violence, and I'm all about that. So I like 5 round fights, man. They're exciting for me.
Your fighting style is amazing, and I'll let you close this interview because you are the champion, and we now are starting to put together a game plan. Which, when they brought a lot of us over here, this is what we wanted. So if you're victorious on July 19th, you now know that your next fight will be against the winner of the PFL World Tournament, probably by the end of the year. Do you like knowing that already? What your next 6 months could look like?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good to me, man. I've fought Fabian twice, and I've trained with Dalton. So, I mean, sure. Doesn't It's not exciting, but I'm glad that I know what's next after this. I'm not really thinking too much about it though. I'm more focused on Costello and putting on a great performance and finishing this fool before the 5 rounds are over, or just beating the crap out of him for 5 rounds.
Well, I'm excited for this fight. I'm also excited for that fight. You might not be excited for. I'm damn sure excited. I just love watching you fight, Costello. I'm looking forward to watching you for the
Thank
first
you.
time here in the PFL, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Best of luck on July 19th. These two men go toe to toe, part of the main event in Cape Town, South Africa. Can't wait.